There's only 4 people in the world that have over 100 cage fights. I'm one of the 4. There's only 3 in the world that have over 100 victories. I'm one of the 3. Now, the ironic part is I faced the other 3. I defeated the other 3. And the closest one by age is 12 years my junior. I started my amateur wrestling career in 7th grade, 1969. So the fact that I've been competing in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010, 2020 plus, I'm still on the mats, I still teach. Now again, depending on how the stem cell goes, in the back of my mind, I would like to go back into competition. I wanted to dip my big toe into the fountain of youth because I've heard lots of good things about stem cells. And I know a number of the different athletes that have come down to the Bioxcellerator company.
Daniel, this is your cervical spine. You have one of these discs collapsed. You have bulges on both. I think you have the hydrated disc, the height is too low. No big compressions on the spinal cord, but definitely there are 3 mainly discs damaged.
I simply do that. There's something pinched in my neck, my spinal column, because your spinal column is the lifeline of your body. You can have something, a little disc compression, you can have a little bit of alignment, pinching, and it will affect your body in lots of different ways. The Owen Hart match, that was professional wrestling, and the world of hocus and pocus, where things are not supposed to go wrong, but there are good athletes that know how to do matches properly. And you would think something like an Owen Hart, who came from the Hart family dynasty, whose father is Stu Hart. You know, they have the Dungeon, the legendary Stampede Wrestling. Maybe I was too big for Owen Hart, but the fact is, the number 1 rule, because I teach professional wrestling, the number 1 rule of professional wrestling is you take care of me and I take care of you. Neither one of us should ever get hurt. And I got hurt.
A gut wrench upside down. Oh my God. Severn's head exposed. Beautiful. Severn just got dropped right on his head from that pile driver.
I took a real pile driver. I mean, when I hit, bolt of lightning ran down my spine, ran down my leg. And it was supposed to be an injury angle. And I was supposed to be laying there, and then they're gonna come with a backboard. But as I was laying there, I'm actually seeing if I could, not draw any attention, but trying to make sure, can my fingers move? Can my toes still move? Do I feel my toes? And I think I feel my toes. And I can see my fingers slightly moving, but even then, Owen Hart, he kneeled down. He broke character for what he kneeled. And he actually grabbed my hand real quick, and he's like, if you're okay, squeeze my hand. I didn't squeeze his hand. They continue, the backboard comes out, they put the neck brace on me, put me on the backboard, take me out the curtain. As soon as I got out of the curtain, I sat up, got off the board. Owen Hart comes over to me. Why did you squeeze my hand? I grabbed him by the shirt, and I thumped him in the chest. I'm like, why did you actually hurt me? And that's where I'm thumping him at the point. And this is not, in professional wrestling, you see the finger on the chest. No, this was a finger that was going through his chest. You fucked up. And I go, you could have paralyzed me. You could have turned me into a paraplegic, quadriplegic. If I should ever have you in the ring again, I will not take care of you. That's how I left it. That's one of the reasons why I'm here today. Maybe it's the other few thousand matches I've had on top of that. People clubbing you with collar ties and me throwing belly-to-back suplex and things of that nature myself. I mean, when you look at the Anthony Macias match, you see the number 4, the very first throw I throw is a belly-to-belly. But because he's oiled up, instead of my hands being around his waist, they slid up all the way to his armpits. So when I threw back, I hit my own head, arching back. So that's not necessarily a good thing to do either. Positive effects, I mean, well, again, a lot of people were privileged to the conversations that we're having a little bit earlier there. I mean, it's, I'm here for a number of reasons, and we live in a world of so much negativity that I think people can become ill just by the association of all the various folks that are around them. I don't even like to be around negative people. Half the time as they're talking, I start to wave my hands around. It's like going, I don't even want these negative vibes even coming towards me. I go, if you really want to have a more fruitful life, hang around with more positive, goal-orientated type of individuals. They live a much happier, prosperous life. I've used hyperbaric for probably the last couple decades. Not on a full-time type basis, but for a couple of my different training camps. I used it for probably a couple months at a time, then would leave it and then come back to it again. I mean, it's something that I first discovered about, and I thought it was actually fantastic. And I learned a lot about the hyperbaric chamber is like one of the best exercising components for your body, and you're not exercising, you're gonna lay down, take a nap, rest, watch some television. It's literally every senior citizen should be on a regimen of hyperbaric chambers probably a couple times a year, just for overall health. I had lots of things that I had. Shoulders, I had knees, I had a hip, I had a neck. Wonderful experience. I mean, everything from great communication at all times.